Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Almost the Weekend. I'm your co-host, Besa Gordon, and...
Come on, Curtis Stogardo, aka Cuddy.
You guys, of course, we have an amazing show lined up for you. And Cuddy, we even have some dope interviews that we have to talk about.
Yeah, we do. I can't wait for them to see those.
Big
It's going up.
Now, before we get into the full show, you already know it is time for our weekend warm-up. But actually, before we do, let me let you guys know, this week, once again, for City Beats, we have Trey Renee. Also, we are being rejoined by Mark TellsYa, and for Community Corner, we have a dope interview that Cuddy and I were just talking about with Nate Jackson. Child, the interview is like an hour, okay? Of course, we're not gonna give you the full hour, but the interview is like an hour, which means obviously we had a lot to talk about.
That part.
So with that being said, I'm gonna pass it on over to Cuddy to get us started with our weekend warm-up.
Yep, getting started with the weekend warm-up. We got Everything's Neat, presented by Laid Back Allure, which is a speakeasy experience that will be taking place this Friday, August 9th at Rich from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. Tickets can be found now via Eventbrite if you just type in Everything's Neat. Next, we got Culture Night, which is brought to you by Soft Life. It's an Afro Beats party that will be on Saturday, August 9th at OHM Nightclub from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Right now, if you go to softlife.eventbrite.com, you'll be able to get your tickets. Going on from Saturday, we have the Ballers Brunch, which is brought to you by Achini and Taryn Casey. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but it's gonna be Taryn. See, that's why you got people on your team. So shout out to my boy Eric. We got Taryn Casey, and it will be a day party that will be on Sunday, August 10th at Rome Bar from 12 to 6 p.m. Tickets can be found via Eventbrite. Also on Sunday, we got the Ghetto Tech Freaknik, which is
The what?
Yeah, come on. The Ghetto Tech Freaknik, presented by Jamil, Ghetto Tech and Basics Company. It's a day party on August 10th at Pono Ranch from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m.
What does that encompass?
I'm thinking, well, one, tech, so you know, black people in tech, and then Freaknik, so you know that's a little ghetto.
So the tech people is twerking.
Yeah, you didn't see the flyer? What?
I did see the flyer.
Put the flyer back up on the screen. Come on. Yeah, so as you can see, it's going to be more than technology going around this Sunday. We're tapping with my boy, Your Highness, and shout out to my guy, B. Hayes with Basics. And yeah, his other partners, Jamil and Ghetto Tech himself.
Meow.
And then just planning ahead, the last couple events I got. This one's a community one, you know, a little more on a serious note. However, you know, definitely want people to come out, show face, and support the community. We have a March Against Gun Violence, which is brought to you by Action Into Tears, which is a community rally on August 16th. So save the date. August 16th, the meetup spot will be 23rd in Jackson, and we'll be marching from there all the way to Jimi Hendrix Park. So the time frame is 11 a.m. until. If you would like to RSVP for this march, be a part of the movement, join us in community, you can email tedravens@gmail.com. That's TEDDRAEVANS@gmail.com. And lastly, I have Adult Field Day. So like I said, that one was a little more serious, but after that takes place, we can tap in with good company as they present Adult Field Day, which is also on Saturday, August 16th at Rainier Beach Playfield from 1 to 4 p.m.
What? So is that like adults playing
kickball? I don't care if it's the potato sack race.
Oh, that's
you
fire.
feel me? They own it. Kickball, flag football.
That's
and if it's
fire.
at Rainier Playfield, I know they got a couple basketball runs going in.
that's
Softball.
a vibe.
Yeah, but it's adults having fun, being kids.
Also,
again.
like, no, that's a vibe. That's like
Yeah.
the one time I went to the aquarium, but it was it's not called adult night, but I always call it adult night because no kids were allowed.
Woodland Park Zoo has an adult night that I just found out about.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
Those are fun. I don't
Yeah.
care. No, but you ain't got to bump into no kids.
Nothing.
They let you have drinks. It's a vibe. It's a whole different experience. Was that your last
Yep,
event?
that was it for me.
Okay, I have a lot of family-friendly things going on, so I would say this show is very balanced today.
Right.
First things first, we have the Beacon Arts Street Fair. This is happening over at Roberto Mestiza's I don't know. That's why we have the flyers on the screen, okay? Festival Street in Beacon Hill Light Rail Plaza in Centilla Cultural Arts Center. There's going to be live music, local artists. There's going to be, of course, an art market. There's going to be a garden share, which is actually really cool. So basically, you can bring your own seeds, plant your own stuff, but also take different plants, which I thought was a kind of nice little community share moment. There's going to be good food, of course, a lot of local vendors. You'll be able to get community info, different resources, and there are some dance workshops and performances. Oh, and by the way, they made sure to mention that Centralia Cultural Arts Center has air conditioning.
Nice.
Because y'all know, y'all be playing, talking about there's no air conditioning. They're like, we have the air conditioning. That is not what we're going through excuses. Over here. Also, on the same day, by the way, this is Saturday, August 9th, the 4th annual Summer Resource Festival. This is happening over at Jimi Hendrix Park. It's being put on by Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. They're saying it is a one-stop celebration of community, culture, and care. Plus, you can get resources. There's family fun. Free food galore. They didn't say free food. They didn't say food. They said free food galore. So
that means
hungry.
There's a boatload.
Come hungry. Yeah. There's also helpful resources from local organizations. Going to be some music by our favorite DJ Ho Highness. Come on. There's going to be an artist kids corner with A for Apple Learning Center. Plus, apparently they're giving away Alaska Airlines tickets. Now, what they're saying is that you can actually get 3 extra RSVPs. If you RSVP, I don't know why I can't talk today. If you RSVP, you can get 3 extra raffle tickets.
To enter for the Alaska?
Yeah, so basically, don't just try to roll up. You might want to definitely RSVP for that. You can definitely RSVP over at give.umls.org.
Wait now. So now with these flights, is it round trip? Do you get a +1? What we talking here? Is it limited to how far you go?
Now, are we really going to ask that many questions about a free flight? Because we can find somewhere to go.
No,
but honestly, I just don't really have the answers to that.
It's going to hit you with that, oh, yep, there's blackout dates. Oh, yeah, you can't go here. Oh, yeah, it has to be within 1,000 miles. Yeah, shit. All right.
I mean, true, but who doesn't want a free flight to Vegas?
I'm going to do my little due diligence. Figure it
well,
out.
when you do, let me know. I didn't even think about it. He's like, wait a minute, do I get a +1? Am I only able to go to Vegas? Will this even get me to Oregon? Give me the deets. There's also that same exact day, the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic grand reopening. Okay. So if you're like me and you are from the CD, you definitely went to Odessa Brown. I know that way more of us than just people from the CD went there, but that was like walking distance from the crib for me. Like I literally went to the dentist until I officially aged out, and I was very upset that I couldn't come back. So,
I've never been there. My dentist was on Beacon Hill.
They were so nice. Like it's very nostalgic. So, and it's nostalgic because it's returning to the Central District. So look, the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic grand reopening is happening Saturday, August 9th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's going to be music, giveaways, games and activities. There's a vaccine clinic, and of course, community resources. Plus, it's going to be broadcasted live through the Z Twins radio family, which I think is pretty cool. Also, we have On the Block Creative Market. By the way, this is also Saturday. I don't know why everybody decides to do everything on Saturday, but hey, y'all got a lot of options. Tracking. There's no reason to be in the house on Saturday, August 9th. Okay, this is On the Block 2025. It's officially coming back. It goes down from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. There is going to be over 40 vendors. You got food from Wagon and Swaggin. Is my cord out? That is so ghetto, child. There's going to be a fashion runway presented by 30 Plus spotlighting original and uncycled local sustainable streetwear for humans and for our 4-legged friends. Child, even the dogs get some good outfits. Okay, of course, there's going to be good music and so much more. This is happening over at 1100 East Pike Street, Studio 1, Seattle, Washington. Do I have any more? Yes, I do. There is also, okay, this I thought was really dope. It's called Sweet Things Saturdays. No, Sweet Things Sundays. Yes, I'm finally getting to a Sunday event.
Come on.
But it's called Sweet Things Sundays. This happens over at Neighborhood Cafe in Tukwila. It is an R&B brunch Apparently, everybody and their mama already knows about this because over 700 people actually clicked interested in this event on Facebook. So I'm like, okay, so obviously they got some good food and some good vibes up in there.
Sexy thing, you.
Now, this is actually going down from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So being that there is over 700 people that have clicked interested on Facebook, I highly suggest coming early if you plan on going. Then you also have Caribbean Sea Fest 2025. This is also happening Sunday, August 10th. This is going down from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. over at Jimi Hendrix Park, okay? Of course, there's gonna be cultural performances, local Caribbean food vendors, eco-friendly kids activities, there's a community marketplace, there's an elder and legacy circle, which I think is actually pretty freaking dope, and an interactive photo booth. Of course, you can learn more about that over at CaribbeanFest.com. Let me tell you something, Jimi Hendrix Park, we're getting it in.
Man, they've been
moving right now.
Busy. Come on.
And then lastly, we have Waterfront Park Market. This is happening Thursday through Sunday, all the way to September, from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. over at Waterfront Park Promenade. So this is an open air marketplace featuring local BIPOC marketers and small businesses showcasing crafts, goods, and snacks, art, and so much more. And also, it's free. You can never go wrong with being by the water at this time of the year. As I like to say, we only get a Costco-sized sample of summer every year, so you might as well get a taste while we have it. With that being said, we are gonna go to a quick commercial break. So I think that was my last one, right? Yeah, that was my last one. And when we come back, we'll be joined by my good sis, Trey Renee, for City Beats. Of course, you're watching Almost a Weekend. Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I am Besa Gordon.
And I'm Cuddy.
And it is time, Cuddy, for City Beats.
Come on, let's tap in with Trey.
Of course, we're going to hop on that Amtrak because you know how we do over here.
Come on.
And pull up to Portland. And like Cuddy said, we go tap in with our girl, Trey Renee, over at the Gem in 107.5 Studios for City Beats.
Hey, girl, I'm moving and shaking already because it is popping out here. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy that it's popping out here. Child, it's raining in Seattle right now.
Oh, well then, once again, you are more than welcome to come on to the town because the weather is gorgeous and there are some serious things happening out here. So, girl, first of all, did you know that it is Sneaker Week here in Portland?
I know now.
Well, that's okay, because that's what I'm here for. Sneaker Week is in full effect, y'all. And tonight it is First Thursday. Okay, so it's actually like, this is really important because everybody knows that Portland is the sneaker capital of the world. And so it makes total sense that there is a official proclamation that the first week of August of every year is now officially Sneaker Week. So there have been events already happening. But if you haven't had a chance to take advantage, there's still a couple more. So tonight, again, is First Thursday. This is going down at Wyden and Kennedy. That is the famed, advertising marketing type agency. It's a very vibrant, festive event happening this evening. I believe it's from 5 to 7. I can double check that. But either way, it is located in the heart of the Pearl District here in Portland at the Wyden and Kennedy offices. World-class creativity on display before entering the art vendor space, right? And so they have a lot of beautiful art and Wyden and Kennedy does a lot of sneaker ads. Anybody ever heard of Nike? Yeah, do a lot with them. And so this makes total sense that Sneaker Week is going to have an event there tonight. So this is going to be fantastic. But wait for it, it's not over. Tomorrow night is Spark. That's what it's called. And this is a collaboration with The Mixer by WK Social, my guy Wilson over there, shout out to Wilson, and Albina Music Trust. The Spark, this is a creative journey, and it aims to sort of, I guess, inspire the next generation of Portland creatives through honoring the journey and the impact of one of the world's most legendary footwear designers, Wilson Smith III, also of Nike. He is a legacy over there at Nike. Like, he's an icon. And this is going to be fantastic. It's going to start at 6 p.m. and it's at the Portland Art Museum. And you know the best part, as far as I know, both of these events are free. I love free.com. So that is absolutely right. Do I need to run that back? The free part? Because honey, it is going down and I love it. And the Portland Art Museum is fabulous. And they've been really opening their doors lately to a lot of diverse events, so to speak. And so tomorrow night, the Spark, baby, it is going down. All right, let me catch my breath. Because after that, on Saturday, guess what's back, Besa? Yeah, I know. I'm just going to tell you. Self-Enhancement Inc.'s Homecoming 2025. Okay. This is such a fabulous event. And again, also free for the community. This is going down at Unthank Park. Homecoming, they've been doing it every year at SEI, and this year will be no exception to how fantastic it's going to be. This is a family fun event. Again, it's free. It's a community event to reunite all of those who have been displaced from North and Northeast Portland. This particular event brings Black Portlanders back together again for fellowship, celebration, good food, good vibes, music. Let me tell you the lineup. You got DJ Wildchild, DJ Fatboy, Ocean 503, and Bridge City Soul all performing. And it starts at 1 o'clock. Now, be mindful, it is free. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of people. The weather is going to be amazing. Bring your own chair, okay? Because this is a lawn park situation. Don't expect for anything to be rolled out that way. No. This is a real community cookout type event. There will be food vendors and all that there. Bring your own chair and pull up to Unthank Park on Saturday, 1 o'clock till 6 p.m. It's going to be an afternoon full of music, fun, family, and community. And it's one of my faves. I love this. I love to bring the kids. It's amazing.
Shout out to our good sis Trey Renee for tapping in with us every single week over during City Beats and letting us know what's popping. I think what I love most about this is because like I always just feel like I'm missing out on dope things in Portland, and she's constantly telling us about the great things that are going on. And I'm just like, so basically next time I come back, I need to talk to you so that way when I'm done shooting, I know what to do that day.
And she's just the plug for real, because it's like we got everything going on over here, but she's got everything covered when it comes down to Portland. So whenever we might decide, hey, let's just hop on that train, get up out of here, hey, Trey got the moves.
No, big facts. And we might have to even get a
Ain't
nice little
no
tour
guessing.
of iHeart.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the gym and studio? I haven't been in there in a minute. With that being said, we are going to go to another break real quick, Cuddy. And then when we come back, we'll be joined by Mark TellsYa for City Beats, bringing it back to Seattle. Of course, it's almost a weekend.
Home. Home is your domain, where you know every inch like the back of your hand. A place that brings out your protective side. And a place you'll always stand up for.
Going, it will fly away!
Because what's inside is the most valuable thing in the world. Your family. Mariners baseball at T-Mobile Park. Welcome home.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
Welcome back to Almost a Weekend. I'm Besa Gordon.
And I'm Cuddy.
And it is once again time for City Beats, but this time we are being rejoined by our good buddy, Mark TellsYa. Let's see what events that he has for us.
But yeah, Friday, Fremont Friday, we're still going on. Fremont Friday, say what's up to Marshall, music, art. They have different themes every week too. They have, what's that? I'm forgetting what it's called. It's disco, but they have the headphones in. I said this last time, but.
Oh, silent disco.
Silent disco. Yeah, they do that. So if you guys never done silent disco, Fremont Friday got you. It's pretty cool. I've never done it, but I've seen other people do it. And they say it's a great time. I've seen on shows and everything. But yeah, Fremont Friday, always free. Dave Fade Block Party 2025 is on the 9th. So it's 12 years of celebrating Alphabet Vodka. You got 2 bars, music, DJ. It's outdoors. You got some vendors there too. I went there last year and it was popping. I showed up late. I found parking. I don't know how, but don't ask me why. But I found parking, and it was a good time. Mind you, it is gonna be $40, but I don't know if you have, I messed with it. I did it last year. It's a vibe. It's cool. You're gonna meet some other creators there. You can network there too. But yeah, I know other content creators are doing giveaway too. I know my friend Cortese is like, yo, if you guys, I believe, put your name down below or email or one of the things, you might have to look him up, guys. But he's doing a giveaway to give you free tickets, so you don't have to, do that $40.
Does this $40 come with something, or is this like the Panda event where it's like it's $40 to get in and you still have to pay leg for everything else?
I believe it's like the Panda thing, but don't quote me on that.
I mean, as long as it's a good time, it's worth the $40. Okay.
Yes, like as long as all I'm gonna say is pregame. Drink responsibly, but get like a drink or 2 before, not while you're driving, but I'm saying there might be bars around locally there or whatever. Eat some food too. And when I go to these events, eat a little something so you ain't, eating whatever, paying for whatever. Pre-game, recommend that. Get parking, get there early so you can find parking. But yeah, that's Day Fade. Another thing happening this weekend, Miss Poker Face herself, Lady Gaga, Climate Pledge, 6th, 7th, and 9th. That's all like 3 days, not 2, not 1, 3 days. So, traffic is going to be popping.
So she started in town on Wednesday. She's performing. Yeah. She performed earlier today since it's Thursday. And then she's performing again on Saturday, basically taking a little break on Friday, which means we might see her roaming around town on Friday if we're lucky.
That's what I'm saying. So, a lot of celebrities like to go to Pike Place. They like to do the little touristy areas. So you never know. They gotta eat food, they gotta do something.
Sometimes we all need a little fuel.
Yeah, and it just, Mariner game Friday, White Sox. It's gonna be a sunny weekend, so go outside. It is already August. So we got 1 month till summer is over. So I suggest everyone to be outside, rent a paddleboard, jet skis. Do something outside before it's done and we complain about the rain. Go outside. It's too hot. Go outside, yo.
Let me tell you something. Mark be having some heat.
He do. Come on. That's Mark Tell Me Something Nice. That's his new name. Mark Tell Me Something Nice.
This is Big Facts. Make sure you guys stay tapped in with our buddy Mark TellsYa. And of course, he will be back once again next week for City Beats to give us some more events. In the meantime, between time, Teddy, it's time for another break. And guess what's next?
Artist Corner.
Artist Corner is next on Almost the Weekend.
Starters.
Starters.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm your co-host, Curtis Delgado.
Oh, and hi, I'm Besa.
And we do this together. But now we are into our segment where it's called the Artist Corner. And today we'll be highlighting California artist Joe Blow, who recently just did, come on, clap it up for the OG.
Got the claps from the producer desk.
Come on. But yes. We definitely want to give you your flowers. Oh, even O's tapped in. Come on.
From the office.
Yeah, come on.
Everybody approves of this Artist Corner, Cuddy.
Because the OG deserves his flowers. And he deserves them even more because I commend him on his recent visit up here as he built that bridge like we always talk about. And he just did a whole tape featuring all Seattle artists, which is not yet out. But it will be called Sharks by the Sea, and it will be out on all streaming platforms. It features artists like Mafi D, Tupe TK, Maka, Peasy, Keith. Like, he got a lot, like some of the top talent in the city. He went and tapped in with everybody from every sector. He got a song with Quay. You feel me? Shout out to Quay Hurt. You feel me? So the fact that he was able to come here, break bread, and tap in with all those different artists representing all the different parts of Seattle, what makes us our sound and who we are, I think that was dope. And so shout out to him. Shout out to all the artists from Seattle that was featured on that project. And like I said, OG, we just want to give you your flowers. And yeah, that's the Artist Corner for this week.
This was a good Artist Corner.
I know, right?
And by the way, I'm gonna need you, Mr. Joe Blow, to pull up to the Black Media Matters studio next time
that's
you're
no
in town.
question.
Like, hello.
Yeah, we can run that
We
for
need
sure.
you to pull up so we can talk about this amazing project. Like, what?
And some of the singles that are featured on that project, like I said, the whole EP is not out yet.
Yeah.
But some of those singles you guys can get access to right now on Apple Music or Spotify, whatever you guys listen to your music to. It's out there now. So shout out to Joe Blow. Shout out to all our bros and all our creatives from Seattle that's on this project.
I know that's right. Okay, well, again, Joe Blow, I'm gonna need you to pull up next time you come to town. But in the meantime, between time, it's time for another commercial break, ain't it right, Twitty?
That it is.
And when we come back, it is time for Community Corner, and we're gonna give you guys a snippet of our interview that we did with Nate Jackson. Of course, you're watching Almost the Weekend. Every weekend on Back to Basics, we're tapping into the heart of Black excellence in the PNW. We're dipping into the richness of arts and culture and celebrating the champions of change.
Join the Uplift Saturday nights on Fox 13 or catch the replay Sunday mornings on Fox 13 Plus.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Basa Gordon.
And I'm Cuddy.
And it is time for Artist Corner, okay? Now, this
We
week,
just did Artist Corner.
I'm lying. It's not time for Artist Corner. We just did Artist Corner. Apparently, you're paying attention and I'm not. Got all these damn notes and they ain't doing nothing, child.
Come on.
It is time for Community Corner. Maybe I should actually look at my notes. And in this particular Community Corner, we recently tapped in with Nate Jackson himself. I'm not gonna hold you. It's not that I didn't feel that we didn't have a lot to talk about. I just didn't know it was gonna last an hour.
Nah, I knew what time it was. I knew what time it was because, like, at the end of the day, he has a lot to celebrate, a lot to talk about. So it was like really, I was sitting there watching his manager, making sure we didn't get the white flags. And I'm like, hey, y'all talking too much. We gotta go.
And meanwhile, she was just,
Yeah,
Kayla
just
was
chilling,
like, she on
catching
her
behind
phone.
the scenes.
I
Come
was like,
on.
okay, I guess we good over
But
here.
nah, he's a genuine person. And so it's like when those type of energies come together, it's like there's no, time is not a thing.
Time does not matter. We got to get this story out at this point. We got to finish this conversation. Speaking of the conversation, one of the things that we talked about, which was actually brought up by our amazing producer, Big O, you know, we talked about the reason why Nate Jackson actually closed his Super Funny Comedy Club was over at the Holiday Inn. And we wanted to really kind of know, like, what made you just randomly close it? And then there was like no explanation. It was just like, see you later. We're working on some other things. And then all of a sudden they open up in downtown Tacoma and the place is nice, okay? So with that being said, we got the deets on why he actually closed and how they ended up reopening.
We weren't happy. We weren't happy at Hosmer. And I don't care what it looked like or how much fun it looked like it was. Like, on one hand, it's like, we got this beautiful Black-owned thing. We're here, we got all this whole setup. But then on the other, when it's time to pay to be in a said place, I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, and there's a way where somebody could say, hey, we want you here, and you feel wanted. And there's another way to be like, hey, you could be here, but tax it. Or you could be here, but we don't really like you here. Or you could be here, but keep it down. Like, there's a way. And so it wasn't conducive for a comedy club. I travel the world. I've been in, I can't even count how many comedy clubs. I'm like, there should be no agitation or anything in regards to my club being in here in this lower socioeconomic region or district of Tacoma. Like, this should be something everybody is wanting with open arms. Like, we're making this part of town a destination. Everyone should have been behind that. I shouldn't even had to pay my own rent.
I mean,
that's how profound, dead ass. Like, that's what cities have budgets and destinations and money for. Right. That's why you want the city to grow and voice and blossom. That's what that would have looked like. So when we closed, it was a wrap. There was no, we about to do another place. I was like, I'm out, man. I'll open something in Phoenix, or I'll open something in, let me go look in Bellevue. Let me see what else there is. I was done. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I was like, yo, we're out of here, because I had already voiced it to a few like influential people, like, man, we're not happy. And I'm gonna have to just tuck tail and close, right? And that was probably 72 hours. There's probably 72 hours of like that conversation leading to the mayor reaching out to like a couple different like people who own considerable land and properties in downtown Tacoma to be like, do you have a space or interest in the comedy
Mayor
club?
Witter did that.
Yeah, Victoria Witter. And so that connection that she had with my current landlord initiated the conversation. And so Hollander Hospitality and Mark Hollander came through like, yeah, we do have this space. Wow. It wasn't even like on the market or nothing. Like, we do have this space, you want to take a look? And I walked it and I was like, man, I need to see it with chairs in it. And they were like, cool, we'll bring some down. They brought chairs down, we sat the whole room like we were about to have a show. I was like, I think I can make this space work. We only lost 10 seats. Right? The other one is like, it was bigger, but it was bigger up.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of, it was like extra vaulted. Like vaulted is usually 20 feet. Then we had 40-foot ceilings in there.
Yeah.
Right? So it felt huge, but if you just look at the floor plan, like it had room at the other place to add a mezzanine all the way around, and you could have had it upstairs and all that, but that's how big it was.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a new spot. It's vaulted too. Like it was a conversation like, do you want a mezzanine to get another 100 people in here or whatever? And I was like, I don't know if we need to do that, because the process of adding stairs the way Washington State requires them, like eats a lot of the floor up and makes like egresses and ADA as is fine. What we did get was a real kitchen. Like our kitchen at the other spot was literally 2 combi ovens, and it was like the size of a food truck. That kitchen was running.
Fire though.
Well, I just said the food.
But food trucks don't do 280 people worth of food in a 90-minute period. Like we had our kitchen slant. Like every other month, one of the ovens was going. I just from
overwork.
Straight overworking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We should have had 5 in there, and we had 2, right? And a big ass industrial warmer, and then a conventional oven. All like we had what we needed to do it, but we were shooting. If anything went wrong, it was like we out of wing, y'all. I'm sorry. Or if you remember, if you were ever at the club, there might be chicken wing smoke in the air. Like that was because the ovens was over. We're pulling it out. It's still cooking the old grease. Like so now at the new club, the kitchen is as bigger than say Wildfin, or it's bigger than Olive Garden. It's bigger than Applebee's kitchen. Like our kitchen is the real deal, and so. Half my staff is from Four Seasons, half my staff, like I have legitimate kitchen staff. And so our front bar is now a DBA, it's called Thelma's, that's named after my mom. And so we're open 11 to 11 every day. So what we left the other place, and now it's like, it's even better. It's more of a space where we can really, and we've had not just comedy already, we've had speaking engagements and meetings, and the room splits in half, so nobody needs to be intimidated by like, well, I want to have something, but I don't have 270 people. We split the room, y'all can just use, it's even half of that. Let's go. So that's the impetus for the move in a nutshell. But I think in reality, for me, that process of actually completely closing and then opening a new club was such an energy output that this could have legitimately been club number 2 or club number 3 with the same amount of energy, right? Because the energy it took to close the other club, that exact energy could have went into opening location number 2. The energy that went into opening location number 2 could have been the same energy that it took to open number 3. So we could have had 3-4 clubs by now, you know what I mean? Also, the burden of being in a place we didn't like, if I didn't have that, if it just flowed smooth, we could have had 3, but I could have had 6 clubs by now. In my opinion, 5 or 6 clubs could have been open in the same time span if people would just let me do it. Just get out the way, stop being a hurdle, just get out the way, let it happen. Don't make it nothing difficult. Just step out the way and watch what happens. You know what I'm saying? So, we're happy now.
Cuddy, what were your thoughts when he said, like, they just weren't happy?
Honestly, I mean, I thought it was authentic. He was just speaking true to what he feels, and at the end of the day, he's valid in his feelings. So if he felt inclined to feel that way, one, I don't feel like it was something that was just sprouted upon him. Like,
absolutely.
like he just woke up and was like, you know what? man, forget the Holiday Inn. I'm out of
No.
here. Like, no. So it's definitely a built up of things. And I'm sure just after speaking with him, he's definitely one who doesn't like hold his tongue or shy away from speaking up for himself, especially something that he's running and takes ownership of. Because as you can see, he said like, hey, just give me the ball. Let me do what I got to do. I know the ins and outs, and I'm probably going to have it turn out better than what you even thought, you know? So like I said, it wasn't something that was just an overnight thought. And so at the end of the day, what got him there was for a reason, and everything happens for a reason. Now, as you can see, even just how he described the new setup and the kitchen, and you know, so some of the things that they're now able to avoid, and in avoiding that, it now excels them in other areas. And so now, in closing, they've come back better than before. So I don't see it as a L for real, for real.
100%. And, you know, definitely you guys want to make sure you pull up and get into the new blah, blah, blah. I cannot talk today, but you know what? We're going to make it. Just got to make it.
It happens. That shit happened to me.
If you guys have not been to the new Nate Jackson Super Funny Comedy Club that's located in downtown Tacoma, I highly suggest pulling up. Go to the website, superfunnycomedyclub.com, and see who's coming to town. I want to say Tony Rock is even coming to town this month, okay? So you guys got a lot of good shows coming up. In the meantime, in between time, head on over to whereweconverge.com/almost the weekend to see the full interview. Like I said, y'all, it is an hour, but it's a good hour. And in the meantime, between time, cut tea. It's time for another break.
Commercial break.
But this time when we come back, it is time for our event picks of the week. Of course, it's almost the weekend.
When I launched Back to Basa last year, what was important to me was that one, we uplifted our stories not only from Seattle, but all across the region. And two, that this show, Back to Basa, was always free and accessible to everyone everywhere, no matter their situation. That way, they can see what I see daily. You know, the beauty, the excellence, and the resilience of our communities across the Pacific Northwest. Why? Because access to positive images of us is important and necessary, as representation always matters. So look, no matter where you live, be it the Central District or Centralia, Bellevue or Boise, Portland or Pullman, or anywhere across the country, I want you to join me on this Back to Basa journey by downloading the free Fox Local app on your phone or smart TV as we continue to elevate the very best of us in our communities. And then you'll be able to see what I see, and you'll know that our story is amazing and this uplift is always real.
Welcome back to Almost the Weekend. I'm Basa Gordon.
And I'm Cuddy.
And it is time for our weekend pick. Do you know your weekend pick?
Yep.
So you go first.
I'm going to get ghetto with it.
Okay.
I'm going to the Ghetto Tech Freak Meet.
So we going to the track.
Yeah, we get ghetto with it. And we going to tap in with Your Highness, B. Hayes, Jamil, and the Ghetto Tech fam at the Ghetto Tech Freak Meet.
I'm always hungry, so I'm going to have to go with the Sweet Thang Sundays. And they better play the Sweet Thang song while I'm there. Sweet Thang.
Oh, you're my everything.
Okay, Big O in the back.
He got the baritone. Come on.
I'm not an alto.
Come on.
What's the baritone?
The baritone. You got. I'm more of a tenor myself, you know.
That's what they're called, tenors.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this week's episode of Almost the Weekend. I couldn't talk. I tripped over every single word, but guess what? Like I said, we were going to make it, and we made it. So with that being said, until next week, make sure you keep up with us on our page on at whereweconverge.com/almost the weekend. We're almost there. And then also make sure that if there's something that you want us to know about, you email us at whereweconverge. No, we should probably just start over.
Nope.
No.
Just say it.
No, I'll just do the contact thing again.
It's all good. If you want to see and follow up with the events that we have talked about tonight, why don't you go to whereweconverge.com/events. If you want to submit an event for us to post or talk about here on the show, I want you to go to events@whereweconverge.com. All right? And if you want to follow me for more, I want you to go to Cuddy the Sensei, CUDDYTHA Sensei. Now, Basa, tell them where they can follow you. See, I'm a step in for my partner one more time. You can follow Besa anywhere at Besa Gordon. Okay, that is on Instagram, that is on X, that is on Snapchat, and that is on Facebook. All right. Not only is she on Almost the Weekend, she's on Back to Basa. And not only is she on Back to Basa, she's on a Mariners commercial and everything else. So you better tap in.
Yeah.
Now back to her.
And with that being said, we're going to get out of here before I trip over my words again, okay? Thank you for watching. And of course, until next week, it's Almost the Weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.